Hi guys!
Hi.
So, I'm here with her and we're telling 9 funny, weird, and awkward stories. And we're also recording from 2 laptops.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with perspective later and edit it so it looks so cool.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so you wanna start?
Sure. Okay, my first one is from last year. I was in LA class and I went to sit down, okay, and this kid named Chris, he decides to move my chair out from underneath me. I almost fell, but I didn't. And so I went to say that I would hit him and I would slap him at the same time. You know how my mind put those 2 words together? I said, I will strip you. I told you the story before.
Oh yeah, you have, huh? Okay, that's the best threat I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, that...
What
best.
What did he say afterward?
I don't remember. I think he kind of just, ignored me and went back to doing his work. Never talk to me again.
You know what? He, should have done? He should have just done it again.
He should have just done it again.
Like, yes, I'm ready. 6th grade, I was in class, and it was with, my homeroom teacher, and a few friends of mine were also...
I don't know where to look. Okay, continue, I'm sorry.
Anyways, so in 6th grade, I was in my homeroom class, and it was LA. And so, some of my friends were there, too, so they've heard this happen. You just ask them. I'm not gonna say the names, because, yeah. I remember saying, hey, Mom, can I get this paper? And so, with a lot of people that have been in school before, it's unusual to hear somebody accidentally call a teacher Mom. Nonetheless, it's still really embarrassing. So, the teacher looks at me, she, without, a split second,
says, you can call me Mom. And I was
so scared. I just sat down and I was like, never mind, no paper. I was Mom. Call me Mommy.
Call me that.
It's the fetish with, the word daddy. That's what I thought.
Oh no, really?
And, Angie just looks at me and she's just she looks so concerned. And a few other people heard it too. We were all it was a workshop day or whatever. And I was just you know what, I'm sick of that, I don't need that paper. Don't talk to me ever again, I'm leaving the country. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
So, there's a story that we share. It's about my birthday this year, actually. We went to a hotel in New Hampshire.
It's such an inside joke, too.
And I had one of my other friends there with us, and we all stayed the night. And so we got KFC for dinner, but we did not have enough spoons. We did not have enough spoons. So her and my friend decided to go out without me, so I followed them. So my sister followed me. They got the spoon, and then we were walking down the hall, and my sister and I started fighting. So they pulled us apart, and so we were being sort of loud, and it was kind of late at night, maybe 8 o'clock, and we were walking back down the hall after my sister and I were pulled apart, and this guy comes out of nowhere. He's a security guard or something. He just was
it's quite time, at the o'clock. So hard to keep a straight face, and the thing is, we were at the bottom floor, and it was near the pool, and it was near the kitchen or whatever, and so there was only one place that he could have came from when we were going to the kitchen back to our room. The only place he could have came from was the bathroom. And the thing is, that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Just to have a security guy wait in the bathroom just to see if anybody would make loud noise. And that's what my thought was, because I also noticed there was other teenagers also at the hotel. And, there's a few floors, but we didn't see the other floors. We were at the bottom floor. And that was the only place he could have came from. He just came around in the corner. So, if I hadn't known the bathroom was there, I would have thought he just came through a wall.
That's what I thought.
I almost knocked into him because I was distracted. And, just the way he said, it's quiet time, past 8 o'clock. He was so snotty about it for, an older man.
Sorry!
And it's a really funny inside joke. Even people that haven't been to the hotel, we told this to our friends. They also make that joke too.
Take my mom or something?
Maybe. I'm sorry.
Too lazy to go downstairs to tape your mouth.
You ladies are.
Whoops.
It's quiet time past 8 o'clock. It actually is. It's 9:13.
Okay. Your turn.
Oh, it is my turn, huh? Let me see. Okay, so grandparents. So in like 7th grade, I think. Yeah, 7th grade. I was dating this person, and they're gay, and so we went to their grandparents' house, which are like really sweet grandparents. But the thing is, they didn't know that I was dating the person at the time.
Grandparents rock.
Yeah, they do. Rock and roll. And they were, like, really against, they were, like, homophobic or whatever.
Yeah.
They even made comments about that kind of stuff, but they didn't know. And so I was so nervous at the time, like, oh god, they don't know. They don't know what I'm doing. And so, it was even scarier than, like, meeting the parents, you know what I mean? Like, their parents are awesome, really nice, and, like, I went camping with them a few times. But holy heck, I was so scared. Like, it was around Christmas time too. I was hiding in my own hoodie. I was like, oh god, what will happen if they find out? And so like I was careful to censor everything. And it was so funny because like everybody knew except for them. So every time they made like a homophobic remark, we all just looked at each other like, they don't know. They don't know, do they? And yeah, it was good food. It's your turn.
Okay. Mine is another one from last year. In pre-algebra class, there's these two students, and everyone likes to joke that they're gay for each other. They didn't do anything to help that theory. One of them took another one's things, and so the other one went to grab it. The first one that grabbed the things moved it, grabbed right there. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, it is, isn't it? Alright. Oh, mail lady. Okay.
This one's funny.
So, at my house, we have, mail. We have a mail lady. Yeah, it's like a lady. And so she comes every, like, Saturday around 2-ish, and I rollerblade at 2 o'clock on Saturdays. And so my legs are really, like, at the time, they, like, were really bad. They, like, get pulled muscles easily. So what I would do is eat a banana on Saturdays, because bananas help your legs for some reason. I don't remember, like, potassium. And, so I thought my stepdad was walking up to the door around that time. Like, so I was gonna be, like, opening the door. And so I did, and I said, I saw you coming, because I thought it was my stepdad walking up, and so I was like, I saw you coming, and it turned out it was, like, the mail lady, and so she just stared at me for a minute. She's like, what? This, like, random kid opens the door, and is like, I saw you coming. No. Oh, crap. And, like, so I slammed the door, and, like, before I slammed the door, no, wait, after, actually, I screamed, sorry. I screamed sorry, and I ran up the stairs, because I was, like, so, like, embarrassed that I made, like, such a stupid mistake. And so my mom's like, why are you yelling? And she's like, and I said nothing. And, like, my brother was in the living room at the time, so he saw what happened. He saw what it did, and he's, like, gossiping to my mom, like, guess what Jaden did? And so, yeah, so that became, like, a really big joke around the house, and so when, a few weeks later, my aunt had been told the story, and it was also Saturday at 2 o'clock, funny, and so she was just hanging out at my house because she was going to drive me to rollerblading, because, I usually walk there, because, yeah, I'm a pedestrian, and I'm the people you want to run over, and so we were, I was getting set up downstairs, and then my aunt's like, hey, Jaden, your stepdad's at the door. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, he probably is, and he usually is, because he'll, like, go down to the store, and then he'll walk back, because he walks everywhere, too. And so I go to open the door, and then it's the
same person. It was the same mail.
Not just a different person, it was the same person. And then, like, I just slammed the door, and, like, this time I wasn't embarrassed, I was just mad, like, great, I get humiliated twice with the same thing. I did twice with the same thing. The only difference was the first time I was getting a banana, second time it wasn't. And, yeah, now I don't answer doors.
You got a new mail person, right?
Yeah, I did! That's another thing, too. I was wondering if, like, she just stopped working, like, if it was linked to why, like, me doing that, or if it was, like, hey, I have bigger, better things to do. I'm gonna stop. So that's like that's what's been going through my head this entire time. Like, does she get a different job because of me, or was it because she wanted to? And yeah, it's really funny.
So, when I was younger, I used to be into.
You used to be a kid.
I used to be into prank calling a lot, so I decided to prank call my mom's number, but change like one or two of the numbers. I got in contact with this cranky old man, and I was like, hello. I was like, is blah 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 there? And they're like, no. And I like proceeded to say whatever dumb, stupid, corny thing I had planned out in my mind. And then I said, I'm calling the cops on you.
I'm capturing you.
I like hung up
You know what? That sounds like me as a kid. I probably would have like thrown the phone and be like, "Oh my god, the FBI is coming!" Dude, this one time, I was younger. I didn't know what an email was, and so I walked up to Jacob and I'm like, "Hey, do you have an email? Because I really wanted to play this game." And like at the time, I had like a really old PC, and it was at my dad's house because he's like a computer fanatic, and so he made computers and that sort of thing. And I had an old PC that he made. And so I was like, hey, Jacob, do you have an email? And it was one of those, like, 3D, like, not to say roleplay games, it's like Wizard 101.
Like Super Secret or something like that?
Yeah, it's like that, but, I don't even remember what it was called.
Terrifying.
But it was basically, like, the same kind of setup. It was 3D. You could, contact people. You had mini missions. It was that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, like, it asked for an email before you could download it.
And I was like, hey, Jacob, do you know what an email is?
He's like, yes. I'm like, do you have an email that I could borrow? Because, like, I didn't realize you could just set up your own email. So I wanted to borrow somebody's. I was, like 3rd or 4th grade. Maybe 2nd grade. I don't know. I was really into games then. And
So, he's like, no, I don't have an email, but I know Dad's email.
And so I type in my dad's email. I didn't understand what an email was. I just figured, it was some sort of secret website for adults or, like, Jacob's. And so I put in the email and, all the other information except for, like, zip and that sort of thing. Because, as I said, I didn't know a lot then. I was a kid. I didn't know what that kind of stuff was. I just wanted to play a game. And so I downloaded the RPG game or whatever. And I'm having so much fun. And then I'm like,
Oh, crap. What if my dad sees this game on my computer?
because, like, I got very scared easily of stuff like that. Like,
Oh my god. What if I didn't do my homework?
that kind of thing. I was, like, very, I was actually a pretty decent kid then. I was a brat before, but I was a good kid then. And so, I went off my computer, and I pretended that, I didn't download an RPG game or whatever.
Oh gosh.
And then, as I said, I didn't know what an email was. So my dad gets the email that I got this game. And I didn't know this about this game. You have to pay for it.
Oh.
And so I downloaded the game I already played. And so that means it had to be paid. And so my dad comes home from work. And he's like, I hear him going up the steps. And I'm like, oh god, he knows. Like, you know what I mean? I was just watching TV.
Oh,
and I'm like,
Oh god.
he found out. I don't know how he found out, but he somehow miraculously did after I sent an email to him about the game. And he's like, I'm not gonna say my last name. I'm not an idiot. And so
I was like, oh god, he knows. Jacob, you sold me out, didn't you? Jacob, you sold me out, didn't you? It's not your most sweet.
I remember screaming.
Jacob's a liar.
He's like,
I didn't ask Jacob. I got an email.
and that day I learned what an email was. Oh god.
Oh, I cannot wait to edit this video.
But yeah, those were like our 10 stories. I'm pretty sure we told more or less. I'm a very storative person. Well, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this video. And yeah, like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, this featured Mare Bear Yo. I'll probably write that in the video. But yeah, hope you enjoy this video. But yeah, hope you enjoy.
This featured. Well, thanks for watching.